Hey guys, my name is Oля, it's on a Fata YouTube channel, which means and I'm really happy to welcome you in a new video of your favorite heading called Relax. It's Winx! So today we're gonna talk about a young wizard, a guy who unfortunately never became a husband for one of the Winx Club girls and remained a real hero in fans' memories, who gone at the end of season 4. And his name is Nabu. The name of this character alone causes goosebumps, and terrible minutes of episode 24 season 4 pop up in our minds, which seem to last a painful eternity. Yes, officially, at the moment when I create this video, Nabu is dead. Or not. To investigate this big secret, let's quickly go through the story of this character and find out if Nabu is alive or dead.
It all started in season 3, episode 9, when Aisha returned from her home planet Andros to Althea with the sad news. Her parents chose a future husband for her, who was the son of Andros' richest family.
The only thing that was known about this man is that his name was Nabu and that he was a rich man. That's all.
Later in episode 11 of season 3, a mysterious character appears, who started stalking Winx girls, and it looked creepy, knowing the fact that it wasn't the only threat girls had at that time. In episode 13 of this season, that mysterious guy finally met the girls, well, quite closer than before. He introduced himself as Offer, and from the first sight it was clear that he had his eyes caught by Aisha, who wasn't found about love or anything like that at the moment.
This episode is remarkable for the moment when Offer literally sacrificed himself and covered Aisha from Welter's attack. So where is his enchantment then? Nevertheless, the girl wasn't happy about the appearance of this guy in Winx's life, since just a couple of minutes before he showed up, she blocked all the men from her life, forever, including her father.
The next time these cuties met again was in the episode 21, season 3, at the aircraft, where Offer managed to scramble too, I don't know how. When Aisha and Offer were accidentally locked in the cage, these dogs had nothing to do but to talk to each other, and that's how they found out they have so much in common.
It was fascinating to watch the rapid but smooth development of their relationships. Aisha started trusting this guy, and they became buddies, helping each other in fights. From a girl who didn't want to have any business with males, she became a friend of a mysterious guy who seemed to be hiding something from her.
Finally, in episode 23, season 3, Offer opens up that he was that one guy she should have been married to, and his real name was Nabu. It looks like Aisha wasn't that surprised, as she wasn't angry about his little white lies, so soon after, they announced their mutual love to their parents.
And as you remember, Aisha and Nabu were considered to become wife and husband for some non-romantic purposes. So what do you think happened next? Did the parents take them right away to the church? Did they engage the kids at Althea? Did they give them certificates of marriage because they managed the ceremony themselves? No! They just wished them to have a good time together. Anyway, these relations made these two life change. Nabu opened up as a friendly and loyal guy who now is a part of a big team of life. Aisha became less strict and judgmental, even the style of her looks became softer, less sporty, I would say.
And it doesn't mean she became like all the other girls. This love just uncovered some new sides of her character. Running for her life through many struggles and trials, she finally met the man that was meant for her, caring and loving, and willing to become the partner of her life forever.
By the way, did you know that Nickelodeon changed the line in episode 11, season 4, when Nabu proposed to Aisha to become his wife, so now he proposed her to become his
forever girlfriend.
So,
Yes, Nabu?
I was wondering if you'd like to be my forever girlfriend.
Okay, let's imagine that in Nickelodeon's mindset, Winx is a show for toddlers, not older. So this change means that showing to kids that a grown-up boy wants to marry a grown-up girl is a bad thing, right? Stop there, some living. But this beautiful fairy tale happy ending with a magical wedding was turned into a tragedy. Back in episode 23, season 4, it was a hint something dreadful is about to happen.
The ethereal fairies who held Winx during the second part of season 4 gave to the girls a black gift, a magical artifact with the power to restore life to the deceased, but only once. After that, we saw Aisha's face with a deep sorrow in her eyes. Nabu noticed her worried face too later in the same episode, but calmed his girlfriend down, cause he he was so sure everything would be fine. In episode 24, season 4, after a long hard battle with the wizards of the Black Circle who deceived the Winx and attempted to imprison the Earth Fairies once again, Nabu sacrificed himself with all his magical powers to close the dark portal leading to the abyss. He was previously exhausted by countless attempts to heal Dumon, who was sick and, as I assume by these days, was lying about his condition to distract attention from other wizard deeds. By the moment he was trying to close the portal, he was at the edge of his life powers, and the altruism killed Nabu.
Yeah, it was a horrible moment.
He was still breathing and could speak to her beloved Aisha, who tried to restore the dying man's vitality using the black gift. But this chance was stolen by Ogron, who redirected the power of the gift to a flower. To be honest, I'm shocked by this cruelty until these days. Even Trix, for all the seasons they've been fighting with Winx, never killed anybody.
But there still was a hope. Morgana, the queen of Earth Fairies, promised to take care of a young magician until he wakes up. So what does it mean? Was it kind of a coma? Is there any chance to see him alive in the future seasons?
Let's go back to the moment when Aisha called out the black gift, which was supposed to bring Nabu back to life. As I said earlier, the gift was stolen by Ogron and used on a withered flower. Let's take a closer look. It was a white lily that is often associated with the funeral rites and believed to be an expression of regret for the loss. This was a symbol that the creators left for us to say that this is the last time we see Nabu alive.
At the very end of the season, Morgana said, "Brave Nabu gave his life so that we may live," meaning that the hero is gone. Looks like Earth Fairies didn't have enough resources to rescue him. But what about other powerful fairies? Could Bloom, for example, revive Nabu just like she did in season 2 to Sky? Maybe. But please remember that first, fairy resources are limited.
Up to this moment, the Winx have gone through tough fights, and it's quite possible that they were knackered in terms of magical abilities. And if Bloom tried to save Nabu, she would die, although I'm sure that many would be happy with such a consequence. Second, we don't know how exactly Bloom's resurrection magic works. In season 2 as well as in the season 4, Bloom rescued someone she has a deep love for, such as her lover Sky and her Earth dad Mike. Sadly but true, Nabu was just her friend's fiancé, and maybe this kind of connection isn't enough for resurrection spells to work.
So, Nabu is dead. And then appears again in episode 26 on the Big Winx party. Rainbow was good.
I have no logical explanation for this. The only thing it can mean is that initially the creators didn't want Nabu to die. Seems like in the first edition of the season 4 script we could have seen a happy ending, but at the very moment the season should have been released, the author decided to add some more drama to make this season a very special one.
Yes, a very special one. Now I need a therapist. Hello? Okay, now it's clear with the show itself, but what about the second movie called Magical Adventure? Why Nabu is there safe and sound?
Well, this plot hole is connected with the constant Rainbow's trouble releasing the projects in time. Not trying to be mean or something, but as a matter of fact, they constantly failed to make the premieres when it was first considered. So with the second movie, it was set to be released between episode 13 and 14 of season 4, right in the middle of the season when Nabu was alive indeed. Anyway, why did the authors decide to do this with such an amazing character that appears just a season ago? Well, the answer seems to be pretty primitive. The reason for it could be Sky. You know, he's the boyfriend of the main Winx Club show character, and because of it he should be the best specialist among all the others. Nabu was too good for this role. He was brave, talented and skillful, and the approaching happy ending with Aisha made this love couple very interesting to fans, like too interesting. Apparently the authors considered him a dangerous hero and tried to preserve Bloom's image by killing Nabu, making her an invincible leader in all turns of her life. Plus, this moment made the viewers remember the season for the rest of their lives, even though it meant hurting us.
I've heard so many stories from the fans who stopped watching Winx just because of this episode. It was too cruel for a sweet, pinkish cartoon of our childhood, and it seems like this death doesn't have any sense because there were so many other ways to save Earth Fairies and stay alive.
For sure, kids have to see the real picture of the world, and the cartoons are a good way to show them that life is not only happiness and sunshine. The problem is, when we sit down to watch a new season, we expect that we will be able to spend the next couple of hours in a sweet, magical atmosphere, not crying all week long after watching this episode. But what I love about Winx, at least about its first seasons, is that it shows different life situations, including various love stories. And it's great the show tells us that losing a person is horrible, but life goes on and you can find your happiness even after such terrible events.
Even though it's hard to accept the death of Nabu, even now, Maybe it was the best way for him? At least he wasn't featured in season 8. Anyway, let's consider this case closed and answers found. Let me know in the comments what do you think about Nabu, is he dead or alive, and what do you think is the reason for such a dramatic end of season 4. Thank you so much for watching this video, for leaving likes or dislikes, and for subscribing because this really helps to grow my channel. By the way, don't forget to check out other videos with questionable moments of Winx Club. And if you still wonder who is Nabu and where is Offer, I've got an advice for you. Relax. It's Winx.